Hi guys, so today I'm going to be showing you how to make this cute little pink bean plushie from Maplestory. So you're going to need 4 colors of fuzzy socks. You're going to need pink, white, purple, and red. And you're also going to need some black fleece material for the eyes and mouth, and some white squares for the eyes and the little scar along the face. I used some crayons to color in the blush on the cheeks. You could also use actual blush. I used a pipe cleaner in the tail to help make the shape I wanted. You're going to need stuffing to stuff it. I just used an old pillow. And then the last things I used were a needle and thread and then some glue to glue some of the pieces in place. Alright, so let's get started. Okay, so we're going to start out with the pink fuzzy sock, and then you're just going to take your stuffing and just stuff it as full as you can. You want to get that nice, it's kind of a fat bean shape. Okay, so once you're done stuffing it, it should look like this, and then we're just going to trim off this extra sock at the end. Okay, now we have this opening and we're just going to sew it shut. Okay, so to close the bottom, we're just going to go in from one spot. Make sure you go in through the end of your knot here to make sure you can help hold it in place. Otherwise it's just going to pull through the sock. And then you're just going to do a loose stitch going in and out all the way around. Okay, once you have your thread all the way around, you're just going to start pulling it tight. And you're going to want to tuck in these little open edges that are coming out. Okay, so it should be cinched shut. And then we're going to keep going across the opening here. We're just going to do this a bunch of times to help hold it in place. Now we're going to do a knot to secure it. And go in through the loop you just made. And you can do that a couple times. And then we're going to hide our thread. So you're going to go in through where the thread is coming out. And just shove the needle through the body. Okay, so you should have this little bean shape now, and this is going to be our body. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is the belly. So you're going to cut off the top half of the sock here above the heel, and then cut around this edge so that you have 2 pieces. You only need one of them, but that's how you get the shape. And that's what I've done here. And now we're going to trim it a little bit so that it fits on the bottom. Like that. And now we're going to sew it in place. So I'm going to start at the top here. You're going to go in from the pink fabric and up to the white. And again, make sure you put your knot in the bottom. And you're just going to keep going in from the pink and up to the white. And you want to try and get your stitches fairly close together so that the edges don't fray. So you're going to do this down one side and then come around and do the other side and save the bottom part for last. Okay, so once you get down to the bottom here, I'm just going to trim these corners a little to make a more rounded shape. And then just keep sewing all the way across. Okay, and then yeah, you're just going to keep sewing along the bottom and just pull this down so you have a round shape. Okay, so now you're going to cut out these pieces from your fleece material. So I had this little circular pointed eye patch. 2 eyes, maybe about the size of quarters, a little mouth, and then 2 squares. So the squares are going to go on top of the eyes, so they need to fit inside. and then the black eye is going to go inside of this little white eye patch. Then once you have those cut out, you can put them on your bean. And I'm just going to glue everything in place like this. Okay, and from the remaining top part of the fuzzy sock that you cut off, you're going to cut out two shapes about like this. So I used the edge of the sock so I could get two identical pieces each. And these are going to be the arms. So what you're going to do is just sew around the edge of this, and then we're going to attach it. Okay, so we're going to attach it about here on him, below the eye. And you're going to do it the same way as you did for the stomach. You're going to go in from the bottom piece, from the body, and go up through the arm. Okay, so for the horns, you're just going to cut out two pieces like this from the end of the purple sock. So they should open up like that. And then you're going to sew along the edge of it here. Okay, so once you sew along the edge of it, you're going to turn it inside out, and then we're going to stuff it. Okay, so once you have your two horns, they should look like this, and then we're going to sew them on. So you're going to want to position them about like that. And then we're going to start, it's going to be the same as sewing the arms on. Start from the pink part and reach up and grab the bottom of the purple. And you're going to do that all the way around. And I'm going to try and pull the base of the horn out a little bit as I sew, so that way it gets the shape I want. Okay, so he should look something like that once you have your horns on him. And now I'm going to give him a little blush under his cheeks. You can use actual blush for this if you have some. I'm just going to use a red crayon. See, now he has some cute little cheeks. Alright, we're almost done. The last two things are going to be to add his shoes and his tail. So let's get started on the shoes. So you're going to cut it out the same way as the horns. So you should have a shape like this. And then do that 2 times. So now you're going to do the same thing as with the horns and sew along the edge of this and then turn it inside out. Okay, so once you have your shoe sewn shut, you're going to turn it inside out and stuff it. And then it should look like this. And we're going to sew the end of it shut here. Okay, so once you're done with the shoes, they should look like this. I'm going to bend the toes up a little bit because he has some pointy shoes. And we're going to position them about like this. And then we're just going to sew them in place. So I'm just going to flip them over and sew them about here. So you're going to do the same thing as all the other pieces you've attached and go in through the pink and go up through the red. And do that all along the shoe, the base of the shoe. Okay, so the shoe should look like this, and then you're going to do the same thing for the other shoe. Okay, so once you're done with your shoes, it should look like this. And now we're on to the last step, which is the tail. So you're going to need your pipe cleaner and the remaining part of the fuzzy sock from the pink sock. So I'm going to glue the pipe cleaner onto the top of the sock, and then I'm going to sew around it to hold it in place. Okay, once you have the glue dried on the end of the pipe cleaner, you're going to go and start sewing the pink ends together over the pipe cleaner. So we're just making a wrapping for the pipe cleaner. You could also just use pink pipe cleaner for this, but I didn't have any, so this is what I'm doing instead. I'm going to put some more glue at the end of the fabric to hold the pipe cleaner at the end. Okay, so once you're done with the tail, it should look like this. And now we're going to add the little slime blob on the end of it. So you're going to cut out a piece of the purple fuzzy sock about the size of the palm of your hand. And then we're going to make a loose running stitch around the edge. So you're going to just go over and under, all the way around. Okay, so you're going to pull it into a little bowl like this, and then we're going to take some more stuffing and fill it up. Okay, so it should look like this. And then you're going to want to tuck the edges in and just keep pulling it tight until you have a little ball. Then you're going to take the end of the pipe cleaner from your tail you just made and put it inside of that opening. And then you're going to just keep sewing across to secure the opening. Do that until it's pretty snug. Okay, so it should look like this when you're done. And I'm going to put some glue around the edge here just to help hold it in place. Okay, so now we're going to sew the tail in place just so it's a little more secure. So starting at the end of the plushie here, I'm going to go into the tail. And we're just going to loosely sew along this edge here. It doesn't have to be super close together, just to hold it in place. And once you're done, the tail should look something like this, and you can just bend this however you want to put the tail in whatever shape you want. Alright, this is the finished product. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and let me know if you tried making this. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Please share it around to anyone you think would enjoy it. Let me know if you have any more suggestions for videos you'd like to see in the comments down below. And make sure to subscribe to see future videos.